One of the aims of this project is can we provide or present to the farmer an alternative way of farming where we can bring down his costs quite markedly while at the same time improve the animal performance, both in terms of live weight gain, the quality of the meat that's going into the supermarkets and the benefits of that to human health, but also most importantly do that at a much less cost to the farmer. So the increasing debt level that a lot of farmers have at the moment is going to come down. In addition to the soil indicators, we want to look at the pasture performance indicators. And two that I'd like to look at, firstly is the pasture quality. And as you can see by scanning around the pasture that we have here, we've got good pasture quality. We have a good mix of pasture species. We've got obviously the ryegrass, we've got a good clover mix, we've got yarrow in the mix, we have plantain. So we're presenting a good salad to the animal. We've got to get away from this notion that the cow, the animal, will do fine on a ryegrass clover. That is yesteryear's technology. We now have to move to good species diversity within the pasture mix, and the pasture quality on this particular paddock is good. We have a good variety, and as you can see, the animals are right into it. And that's obvious, it's going to lead to good live weight gain, not to mention, because of the management practices that are now taking place, the omega-3s and the quality of the meat is going to be significantly improved. And on top of that, there's been a significant decrease in the cost of the fertilizer regime that's been applied to this particular farm. So very little nitrogen is now going on to the property compared with 4 or 5 years ago. And the cost per hectare of the type of fertilizer that's now being applied is significantly lower than what was applied in the past. But paradoxically, even though there's, if you like, less fert going on in terms of kgs per hectare, the soil tests are indicating there's a significant improvement in the fertility of the soil that's been picked up by the soil test and the pasture herbage test. So we have less nutrients supposedly going on, but because the type of fertilizer is beneficial to soil microbes, they're enabling the minerals that are in the soil to become readily available to the plant system. And that's translating in terms of quality of the herbage, in terms of the nutrient density of the pasture, which is obviously benefiting the animal. But another aspect related to pasture quality is the energy level within the pasture. How much sugar, carbohydrate, is the pasture actually providing to the rumen bugs to be able to break down the herbage into milk, meat and fibre. And one of the techniques that we can look at is the Brix refractometer. And we can take the refractometer, but first of all we take a little bit of sample, and I'll just sample some pasture now, just taking a representative mix of what we see here. We have a little bit of yarrow, which is excellent fodder. We don't want too much of it, but it used to be, and still is to a degree, sprayed out. We should leave it in there. And take that representative mix, and we just rub it at the palms of our hand to break down the cellular structure of that herbage. If we don't do this, we get a lower Brix figure. So we want to break down that cellular structure until the palms of our hands quite wet. We transfer that to, I like the Tupperware garlic crusher to actually extrude the sap out, and take the Brix refractometer and just squeeze the herbage, the sap of the pasture onto the refractometer, and we just look up to see what it's reading. And that gives us a reading of effectively how much dissolved sugars, carbohydrates are in the system. that then enable the bugs, give the bugs the energy to actually break down that herbage and to produce the, as I said, the milk, meat and fibre that we're after. And do that in an efficient, low-cost way that at the end of the day reduces the debt level of the farming operation. And also it improves the environmental footprint, or I should say decreases the environmental footprint of the farming operation. So that's a very, very effective technique as to how well the animal can perform on a high sugar grass. And we don't have to apply high sugar grasses, as all we have to do is ensure that the soil and the herbage has the key sugar making elements. By those we're looking at almost in order of preference: phosphorus, calcium, boron, magnesium, sulfur and sodium. Those are the 6 key sugar making elements, and if we get those into the system, you can guarantee that your Brix levels, the energy level of the pasture, is going to increase significantly, which is all going to be good for maximising animal live weight gain and also milk solid production. It's a really good tool. I recommend this to all farmers, particularly dairy farmers, because if they have an option of 1 or 2 paddocks where the cows can go in, if they continually go into the high Brix paddock, it will show through at the end of the year in the vat. So what you want to do is you want to present the animal with a nutrient dense pasture and a sugar rich pasture. And by doing that, you're going to maximise animal performance. But also you're going to reduce the environmental footprint of a farm. And looking at the way the animals are taking the pasture, it's nice to see. They're obviously enjoying the experience. And
I think that's right, and I think the other thing is you can notice that they're nipping the tops off the urine and dung patches right up the top there. They still like that. It's still sweet for them. They like it as part of their mix. This book's a must for everybody. Every farmer should have one of these books and be taking it out and looking at his pasture, because that's where the production starts. I think we all should be always learning, and we don't, and there's such good information out there to learn about your soils, because by having our healthy, lively soils, we'll have healthy, lively pastures, and obviously spins off into our cattle. So it's very, very important to know your soils and know how you can improve on the soil qualities and the worms, and on it goes, the whole cycle.